pick them up as time goes on because they are definitely a promising team. And going into this one, we're going to see Cloud9 start off on the T side. I think that's actually a pretty bad prospect for Orgless, even though a lot of teams like starting off on the CT side of this map. This is kind of team-to-team dependent as to how it turns out, whether it's one favored for one side or the other. But enough about that. We'll have Sonic leading the way towards the banana position. There's 3 players here for Orgless, and Incendiary to slow down the push. Big investment, but it's done its job. It does allow Orgless to reposition some players, to rotate players. But at this point, they already have 3 on B, so they don't want to be too eager on their rotations. And I like what they're doing right now. They're repositioning, they're giving up the arch side, and they're repositioning 2 players in pit. You don't necessarily need the arch side in this situation. And here's a big committed play. They haven't spotted Wardell just yet, but there we go. Wardell's super blind, and he'll get traded down. But Ye's still causing problems. There is a timer here. They've got to kill Ye immediately so they can get a bomb down, because that rotation's coming. Floppy is doing his best to cut it off, but he can only do so much.
MOTM running in circles around the smoke, and now, well, we still have a rotation. Where's FNS going? Okay, he's fallen back to an extremely passive position in CT spawn, but MOTM in the pit. Well, maybe there was some confusion in the comms there. Moves towards Graveyard, and he's waiting. I think he's waiting for a peek, trying to catch somebody off guard. FNS not sure what's going on. Subrosa should have got the sound cues. He's dancing around, waiting to avoid the angles. Going for a plant, inviting a peek actually, but he's exposed to the apartments, and Subrosa will take him out. The first round goes the way of Orgless. There was some mad confusion in the pit there, for sure. And then afterwards as well.
Yeah, it's like I said, you know, like you have to kill that pit player almost immediately, because he's just there buying time. And if you decide to just bypass him to go for a plant, then what you do is you allow a CT to just have the pit position, which you also can't do. So you have to just kill him and focus everything on killing him straight away. So really well done by Ye to keep himself alive for so long, because that was everything. And in preventing the plant as well, it creates this problem where like Cloud9 are going to go for a force buy, but it's not going to be nearly as strong as it could have been. 3 CTs aggressive on Banana. The smoke does offer up a slight gap there. And Orgless will rotate 1 player away from Banana. But there might be a timing here for Cloud9. They're going to get there before that rotation comes through, but they have to get the kill. Sonic will get 1, but Ye is in an elevated position. It's good for the 2 and the 3.
Very nice. Lots of bonus money to be had as well with the MP9 or any SMG, save for the P90, has reduced kill bonus, of course. We have seen a P90 here or there in the last few weeks, but only here or there. Mostly non-existent. Value proposition isn't quite there these days for the P90. 3 HE grenades for Cloud9 in the 3rd round. Hold F, hold F, hold F. Come on, Ye! Hold the F button, man. You got style. You got a fade classic knife. You're not even holding F when it goes flippy flippy. Anyway, the 3 HEs are out and being deployed towards top Banana by Cloud9, running through the flames as they need position, trying to catch people off guard, but they will be exploded. A double HE for Subrosa, looking for a eco ace taken away by Infinite. Doesn't matter too much though. I think there's an achievement in Counter-Strike to kill 2 people with a HE. It took me forever to get that one. And it was Inferno where I got it as well.
Okay, well, I actually got one recently. Long on Dust. Oh no, it was back plat on Dust 2 on B. Retaking as a CT. Don't know why 2 people were standing back plat, but
Back plat where?
On B site on Dust 2.
Because 2's better than 1 then, that's why.
It's true. Okay, so we'll see full buy here from Cloud9. 5 Kriegs, love to see that.
It's a quintet, that.
Yeah, there you go. And this is dangerous. We'll see how the Banana approach goes. We've got just 2 players there for Orgless. They'll throw a couple nades in just to slow things down. But I think that they just threw 1 incendiary. So what do they have left? We've got FNS still there with an incendiary. In fact, there's 3 players there now. Subrosa's there too. So this is interesting that they've got 3 players on Banana right now. In a round where Cloud9, you could probably expect them just to run a default. And there's the flash. They're going for the retake. There you go. Those are the nades, James. That's what I was talking about.
We love to see them.
So satisfied right now.
Difficulty for Cloud9. They have some Molotovs. They really need to make good use of these mollies now. They've only got 2 left. They've got enough to execute towards A. If they wanted to, I can't imagine they'd want to do like the wall of smoke in the around the pit in and around such as this, but they definitely have some utility creeping forwards now. Once again, looking to catch players by surprise. Inferno's creeping in front of Library. Does he see any Sonic? Oh, they got grenades out. Swinging through the smoke. And he's Floppy and OC to do it. Now it's just down to OC. He knows there's 2 players on the site and avoids the flashbang, but he can't avoid Wardell. Upgrades for Infinite and Wardell, who get the Kriegs out. And Orgless keep the clean sheet, 4-0.
Yeah, you can see why it's so strong to do a later banana retake like they did, because the way that works as well, again, like I've made a video kind of explaining it in depth with Astralis' example over on my YouTube channel, but the way the Molotov goes behind the smoke on the half wall means that the T's, if they're standing there, have to basically face towards pool. So it's a spot where once you take it away from them, it's such a huge investment, quite late into the round potentially, and so they can't really make that reinvestment. They may not have the utility or the players to do it, so then you just have the advantage on position and knowledge and information. It's just very strong. So really happy to see that Orgless are doing that.
Seen the knee, swings, Infinite though, will punish. Doesn't take too much damage either, neither does Subrosa. FNS keeping an eye on Arch, just currently smoked by his CTs. I love the pre-fire from Ye. Just continue spraying, they'll walk into it. That leaves JT in a 1 versus 4, but it's not really about that, it's about how many can you frag. How much damage can you do? It'll just be the one, Ye, taken out. Not too costly for August, 5-0. They won't care really about that. Wardell will continue with the Krieg. No AWP required just yet. 2 Kriegs and 3 M4s for Orgless as Cloud9 look for their first round here on the T side. OC and JT both 0 for 5. Maybe JT peaked on train.
Yep. Yeah, who knows? We'll find out. This is still early days. And no AWP out yet for Orgless. They're trying to play really economically with their money. They've been having so much success. And you do want to throw some nades. You can see how they're being conservative. You want to throw some nades. You don't want Cloud9 to ever think they can just run up to a top banana for free. So you want them to encourage them to invest a little bit. Interestingly though, Orgless are going to put a 3rd player towards banana or B at the moment. I think because that's how they want to do their retake setups. You can do it with 2 players pretty effectively. You don't need the 3rd player. And they're actually going to smoke off top banana and not on the half wall. So, oh, that's a really big problem for Cloud9. Subrosa is playing close as well. Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. We got the top mid take coming. Well, it's already initiated. Cloud9 will go for that A bomb site, James. It seems.
I can see FNS is playing behind the monolith in CT spawn. There is a nice setup you can have there, actually. Well, maybe there's no time to talk about it. Subrosa is getting tagged on the corner. They know someone's there. They hear the connections. And MOTM may cause that rotation. Indeed, FNS makes his way over towards the B-bomb site. He's only got a HE, though. No flash for the pool for his teammate to swing on. And MOTM starts to fall back. Once again, Cloud9 creeping up long. No one's here to hold it on this occasion because FNS has been pulled away. He's busy playing deep on the B bomb site. So there's a giant hole here, but there's 15 seconds for this bomb to be planted. And Ye will get the initial frag, but now he's alone on the A bomb site, doing what he can, but he can't do much. Cloud9 looking good for round number 1.
So Brose's aggressive positioning cost them the round there, James, because they had the advantage. You can see Cloud9 had top mids. So there's a couple things that I think I want to talk about. One is that Orgless played really conservatively, even though they had 3 players on banana. They smoked the choke point into the site as opposed to playing that retake again. And so the problem there was then that they themselves had no information, because it was also a timing where they'd also lost top mid. You don't, as the CTs, if you don't have, you can't lose both top banana and top mid. At that point, you are completely blind as to what the Ts are doing. So you have to do one of the two things. They were very well positioned to take top banana as they had done in the previous round, but they decided to just go for the more conservative smoke, which allowed the Ts to have top banana, and that's where they got their value. Otherwise, they had already lost a player, and they didn't otherwise have any solutions until they get the kill on Sabrosa. And then there's a rotation from Orgless because they don't know where the Ts are going. They think it could be B, could be A. They don't know, and that was the problem for them.
Fire is exchanged on banana, it seems, with a smoke, a very early smoke actually. Guess they know that the Ts are going to throw the grenades first so they can get away with that cheeky smoke up top. Wardell in the apartments is forced away, just about gets there, completely blind. Now, this looks like a really fast one. They're already in position, Cloud9, for the flashbangs out the balcony, and there we go. MOTM in position now, and yeah, he gets taken out. Where's Wardell gone? All the way towards Archer. He's fallen back, which is there for the retake. He's holding the angle to stop the Ts crossing towards the pit, which is really strong, until he gets smoked off, which he has been.
Yeah, really, really fast round. This is really cool to see. This is a great punish. So already Orgless are fanning out into just a save here. So yeah, this is a really good punish because some teams will overinvest players in the banana takes or the banana defenses and stuff. And one of the reasons why the retake setups I was talking about that Astralis do is so strong is because you don't need 3 players to do it. You can just have it. You can do it with 2 players, and so in that sense, you don't get killed by like a fast timing towards A, like we see here, because the fast timing towards A is the punish for teams who start banana with 3 players. And so Cloud9 just exploited that. They punished that. And they're in a really good spot now, James. Although Orgless will save, they're going to have to start reaching deep into their pockets. Although Infinite has almost $12,000. So they got some money. They got quite a lot of money.
Splash the cash. It is time. That was a really nice round from Cloud9. We've seen quite a few nice rounds from them in this series so far. Taking train at 16 to 11. Now they move over to Inferno. Let's see what they have in store for their opponent. It is kind of crazy how much money Orgless have even after that full buy.
Yeah.
But that's what you get with success. Surviving in the numbers will give you a lot of extra money. Wardell, that's a lovely angle towards that bench position in mid. Catching the Ts off guard now. FNS has fallen back just in time. Oh, that HG. He'll hear the connection. He knows they're right there. He knows they're right there. They both know what information has just been given up there. Element of surprise is gone. He'll quietly fall back. Sabrosa offers another one.
This is a great play by MOTM. They needed some kind of map control because they've lost banana, they've lost top mid. The only forward map control they have is arch side, so MOTM will put the pressure on by putting the forward smoke. Now they have to take banana. They do go for that flash, but you see Infinite's still hanging out, but he's able to smoke it off, so that's really good. The CTs can now kind of reposition. They have 5 players left. Send someone to banana right now.
Oh, Wardell's re-peeking top mid as well, which will help the rotation.
Yeah, they need to send Sabrosa back to banana right now. And he's starting to move. But is it soon enough? God damn.
That's a massive spray through the smoke. This is absolute catastrophe for Cloud9. MOTM now in a 1 versus 4. He'll get sprayed down as well. It's always worth noting when you have a sniper on the CT side if he's playing on lane, because if he is, you'll often see those late re-peaks where they just start walking up lane, they'll clear boiler, clear top mid, and that will often be the information which activates the rotation there. So you can see on the radar, Wardell was moving up that lane position to see no one's top mid. Okay, let's start rotating over. So Broza gets a huge spray, big damage done through the smoke, which also runs distraction. Everybody around B delivers, and Orgless are 6-2.
Yeah, they're playing like, although there's been like a couple of hiccups here and there, they're playing like a really good T side so far. Really creating problems with Cloud9. Again, deep banana smokes. You do need to do what JT's doing right now. You've got to challenge this every so often and say, hey, you know what? We're just gonna go through this sometimes. So you can't take anything for granted. And you know, they're gonna find out, Cloud9, that they're gonna go to take banana for pretty much for free at this point. They've got the 2 flashes in there, but they can start to slow play the rounds, start to clear position towards banana, try to get that top banana control. They have the arch smoke down, so they're going to go for the top mid take first. They don't have to commit to this. They're working on banana at the same time. And Orgless have no info right now. They are playing a 2-3 setup. They don't have anyone on the B side itself. Looks like Cloud9 are thinking about going towards A, though. 4 players towards that position right now.
And Orgless end up really light on grenades around the minute mark. You can see they've got some flashbangs, though, which they've been lacking in a lot of situations towards B where they've still come out on top. FNS won't deliver the first kill. Only sees 1 player on the kill cam as well. That said, Infinite is in CT spawn. Wardell delivering from a very awkward position. His support's been taken out now. Yeah, he was in the pit. We got the swing, misses his shot. Surely he's doomed. Overwhelmed from both directions. And now this will be very hard for Orgless to get back into this. Infinite may want to consider saving here, as Sabrosa certainly is.
Yeah, this was played really well by Cloud9. I love the back and forth that we see, and it's not just like all one side, for example, because some teams will, on their T side, when that deep banana smoke comes in, they're like, oh, okay, we'll just go for a top mid take, you know. But here, Cloud9 were like, no, we're going to challenge this, and because Orgless didn't really actually want to invest that much behind it, they get kind of caught out there. And then we see that Cloud9 are able to get top mid and eventually top banana. And then again, it's all about creating that position where the CTs don't have any info as to where you're going. And Cloud9 get a rotation back to A. Orgless is stuck with 2 players on the B bomb site still. So Cloud9 get their 4v3 on the A bomb site with a wrap onto the A side. So it's super strong. So they're just doing all the right things, Cloud9, when they can. And this could be a turning point, but as you said earlier, James, for some reason, Orgless, they did so well in those first, like, 5 rounds, that they have so much money still.
Weathering the storm to some degree. Starting to run out, though. Wardell caught in a very awkward situation on the A bomb site once his support was taken out. Orgless dismantled by Cloud9 in that round. 3-2 set up for the CTs to begin with. Wardell looking for the quick scope, actually, or maybe creeping back. Just as Floppy appears. He's going to commit to this. Look at the confidence in the man. Oh, he's slowed down by the grenade, but still delivers the kill. I think he assumed that he had no time to run back and he was going to get traded, which is why he goes for that second kill there. Brutal when you get hit by the grenade. OC, he's got a sneaky one. Infinite caught creeping. Now you have to wonder about the B bomb site. Sabrosa immediately making his way over. Orgless getting really stretched in round number 10.
Yeah, so there's a lot. Wardell got a lot of info because he looked towards the bedroom and no one came from there. He was expecting a default but didn't see it. So we'll go back to that point in a moment as Cloud9 start to pressure this arch smoke. FNS, no, surely not. How can you not check this? Oh, it's devastating. That is so devastating. They cannot afford to lose this round, but I don't know what else is possible at this point. OC is the last man standing with that AWP, and Snap Molly's going to get dealt with by a smoke. So FNS can stay in position, and they've got bomb control. And although OC knows FNS is there, what can he really do about it? So he goes for the peek around the corner. FNS uses that opportunity to just spray and then go back into the cubby. Oh, this is just like madness. He does take that FNS, but...
There's time now, 25 seconds. Oh, he's gone past the angle of Sabrosa. Playing an off angle, really smart from Sabrosa. Not in arch, not quite in library, not quite peeking from sight either. Avoiding getting pre-fired there, Sabrosa. That positioning was really important because it became clutchable.
And one quick point actually about the information that Wardell got. When he got that kill down the steps and looks to the right, you're doing that because you're normally when a team runs a default, a player will come at the same time from the steps and the bedroom. So by not seeing that, seeing 2 players coming from the steps, he knows it's not a default and it's going to be a faster round towards A at that point. So that was actually a lot of info.
Careful jumping. This is not Super Mario Brothers, says Wardell. Another opening kill for him. A CT side though, but he's being effective. 10 for 5 now is Wardell. Going from strength to strength as a sniper. Very explosive, very fast. JT, oh, he's caught in an awkward spot. While he's on either side and a HG grenade in the middle, he can't be happy with that. Now he's dead. CT's able to fall back 4 and 4 though, and the T's have banana, so perhaps it was a worthy trade. Oh no, sorry, it's 4 and 3, excuse me, and OC is kind of dragging himself forward with 11 HP. So maybe it hasn't gone so well after all.
Then the smoke. This is a pretty rough spot because do you want to just wait it out? They've got the time to do it. Go for the boost here.
Oh, he's looking for it as well.
There's a gap there. That's pretty sick.
He looked for it, but just a little too early for the boost to come through. Able to fall back his FNS with the flashbang. Still a man advantage for Orgless. The bomb jumps over desperately. No more grenades left apart from a molly for Cloud9 with the bomb planter OC. Falls back. They're in the same position. So awkward. They don't know what to do.
2 mollies, James. There's 2 mollies for backside. That is so brutal.
One for dark spot maybe as well, but again, so many man, so many angles here. More grenades fly through. OC is low, 11 HP. Here comes the incendiary. He gets one, but that's about it. Wardell here to trade, of course. And the round goes to Orgless.
They are crushing it. Their CT side's looking really good right now. And I would have expected that Cloud9 are going to have a strong T side, but they've been getting dismantled. And Orgless are doing good stuff. Like, they're doing really good stuff on their CT side. They're doing the basics well enough. And it helps to hit your shots too. Wardell 11 for 5. He's been a pretty consistent force in this game so far. And Cloud9 doing good things as well. Like I wouldn't say in any sense that there's any glaring holes in what they've been doing. Orgless are just playing really well right now, and have the 2-3 start, 2 on banana, 3 on A. It's just pistols for Cloud9, so don't need to get too crazy if you're the CT side here. Cloud9 looking for the burst towards A, but will it be an arch wrap, or what is the plan here?
Mid taken quickly, impressively by Cloud9, all things considered. Oh dear, Wardell going for the dry peek. Taking one in the face, Infinite trying to get that second kill, can't quite make it there though. The Bob going up that short position, but the kills are raining in for Orgless. And OC will be the last one to fall. On old Inferno, we used to see snipers in library a lot more, and they would stand on the sofa. So if they got pre-fired, I guess that was probably in the days where the crouch peek was overpowered with the AWP. They'd be more likely to get shot in the leg rather than the chest, but those days have gone now. You never really see anybody standing on said sofa anymore. 3 rounds in a row now for Orgless. 6 ahead of Cloud9, who are on the bite once again with quadruple Kriegs. Full grenades for all. Flash top banana if required. MOTM though, is he going to get sprayed down? He's going to escape for free. He makes his way to the tree instead actually, and that proved to be a mistake.
He can't find it with the Krieg. And this is pretty awesome again to see from Orgless, challenging that smoke this time. Here's a reaction from Cloud9 to go fast up towards A before the CTs can reposition from Banana, knowing it was a big effort there. And Finesse, he's flashed off, he's going to drop off. But will he get any frags? There's the double. Good transfer from him, and Ye delivers as well. And that is beautiful, considering again that Cloud9 were trying to punish them being out of position. They did handle that very well. And Cloud9 are getting shut down right now. They need at least 5 rounds, James.
Yeah, this is a great response from Orgless so far, and FNS has been pivotal as well. He's had a number of multi-kill rounds, which have been very important. The trigger discipline from the cubby position we saw earlier on was very key indeed. 10 rounds for Orgless. And now they've got 4 Kriegs. When you've got 4 Kriegs on the CT side, it's a big indicator as to the success your team is having. And the lack of frags here for Cloud9. They've gone from rifles to pistols. 5 Deagles on deck. No one in apartments just yet. It might be lining up for a balcony burst.
Orgless started with 4 towards Banana, which I don't know is all that advisable. but they did, and Cloud9 didn't go too quickly, so they have been unable to punish that. And now Orgless are 4 and A, which is exactly where they would want to be. And they are going to toss those nades in, and that's going to be so devastating. There's nothing that Cloud9 can really do about this. Fadeaway P250 shots from Wardell to deliver another kill, and JT and Floppy's all that's left.
Taking pot shots, exchanging. And Infinite eventually gets there. Move into the last round of the half, and the 5 Kriegs are out. They managed to take 1 Krieg away from the, 2 Kriegs away from the CT side, so that might be something. 1 shot versus a 2 shot now in terms of headshots. Everybody's got a helmet in this last round.
Headshots.
Headshots. FNS 50 short of a diffuse kit, but everyone else is kitted up, so we've got the pistol upgrades here and there as well, but people often forget to upgrade the pistol in the last round. JT, Sonic and MOTM could have all upgraded their Glocks, but they forgot to.
That is why they'll never be #1, James. Just kidding, of course. That's quite a miss from Wardell.
Swing and a miss, and Ye's taken out in the meantime. So his cover's already gone, Wardell, and he's just running for his life constantly. But that might bait them into FNS again. Can he get another multi-kill? Just the one now. Wardell going for the flick, not quite making it there, completely blind and isolated once more, soon to be victimized. JT will show him mercy as the knife attempt comes in. Man advantage now for Cloud9, so Rose is miles away, bottom mid at present while Infinite shows some presence. That's a pretty damn good grenade though.
Yeah. All the nades flashing for Sabrosa to get out in case of a player's lane. It's going to be a hard bomb site setup to break for Infinite and Sabrosa. They'll do their best, but look at this setup. 2 in the pit, the AWP there, ready to go. Flash will help. Oh, the flash actually did not help. So they will take both down. Cloud9 will at least scrape 1 round at the end of the first half, but that is a measly 4 rounds to Orgless's 11. One can only imagine that Orgless is going to take this home and bring us to 3 maps chance because they're looking damn good.
Yeah, great start, but can it have a great finish? We'll find out after the break. See you back here shortly. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Orgless having a very surprising start here on Inferno. They've racked up the rounds versus Cloud9, but now they need to close. You used to say always be closing all the time.
Yeah. You
stopped saying that.
Well,
it's probably for the best.
Yeah, I mean, it is a thing. I think they've done enough here. They've done a significant damage. Their CT side was actually astoundingly good. They did a lot of things right, and in Flashpoint, we've seen a lot of big fundamental mistakes from teams that you would think on paper are better and have been together for longer on this map. So really impressed by what Orgless have put together. But Cloud9, they have 4 rounds. Maybe they can still win this in 2. We'll have to see. Fast effort up Banana, and it's a challenge from both teams. And the headshots looking like they're going the way of Cloud9, but it can just change so quickly. And JT's ready. Oh, never mind, he's dead. He's so very dead.
Sub-Rosa with a P250. That crouch peek was amazing. Sorry for interrupting that. I just had to say that.
Go for it.
I love that crouch peek. Culprit looking for the boost. Fishing as his teammate plants the bomb. FNS keeping the Banana position honest. So many X's there. So many players have been lost on Banana. They've got the crossfire now on the bomb site itself. So FNS could be a late flank as well, and he will do exactly that. MOTM now in a death triangle, and Orgless will take the pistol. Sub-Rosa, the raid boss, the P250 raid boss. Why don't we see this more often? Look at the one tap he's taken out immediately. You can't get that one tap of a Glock. Raid boss on Inferno, man, it makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
Every map. Get that P250 out there.
I hope it's not lost for Cloud9 just yet. This is one of the best maps to get a CT force buy on. Can do a lot with it. 3 HEs, would imagine those are going, well, definitely going down Banana. Will there be any T's going down Banana? Doesn't look like there'll be the whole team at least. And those HEs will do...
Ooh, they did one early.
Yeah.
And then 2 delayed. Off the wall. Oh, I love the one off the wall. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
What is the cue? It looks like they're waiting for something in order to throw them. There's a nice HE going their way, though. They're probably expecting like a flashbang or something, some kind of presence. Well, they'll throw them eventually, and nobody was ever there. No one was ever there. They will die cold and lonely, Dan.
Yep. It's a frigid wasteland on the Banana area, and it's a nice headshot from JT, but they're coming for him. They're hunting him down. He is the prey. This are the hunters. 13-4, and they'll clean up that 4 spy, and they should get 14-4 for free now.
I think JT was at best 3 for 15 in that previous half.
Yeah,
that's a rough half.
You know what, actually, James, I think there's a really good argument to 4 spy here again for Cloud9, just 4 spy every single round because you are behind so much. There is an argument to do it, to do that.
If you're confident in your CT side, go for the long haul. Go for the long haul. You're a gambler, Dan. You're a gambler. Always bet on black. That's what Rampage Jackson used to say. Cloud9 have bet on the B bomb site here. Not sitting in the pool, however, looking to swing with a flashbang from the well towards the pool. Let's see who takes the bait. We have to note that FNS is the most aggressive man on the team because he has the Mac 10, and he's currently clearing Arch. So whilst Sabrosa and Co will hold angles, there is no reason for them to go too deep here without FNS clearing ways elsewhere. Now, they haven't seen anybody just yet, but Sabrosa is getting so close. FNS is coming in from the back. He's going to swing. He's going to take out the flashbang player, but is Sabrosa going to wait for him? He's so deep alone with the AK. Got to limit your exposure. Okay, there's the flashbangs taken out by FNS. Getting that reload in, but he'll lose to the P50 of OC. So we got some warnings now that there's a stack, towards the B bomb site, and it will be dealt with. Only the hyper-aggressive man gets taken out. That's how you want your anti-ecos to go. We did raise the question about it. It was worrying to watch Sabrosa go that deep alone, but FNS, they had the timing there.
Yeah, it was really nice in how it ended up being executed, but it was a bit nail-bitey, I agree. Okay, so Cloud9, this is the buy, this is it. It's either, this map will either fail here, or they'll hang on, but only by a thread. But maybe that thread will get cut before there's anything to say about it. Going pretty aggressive up top Banana already, and oh dear, Sonic's in a very deep position, and he's going to get blocked by his teammate, and then he will burn to death.
Oh no.
Yeah, he gets a 1v1. Oh, he's just tagging JT, baiting out the bullets, and he gets a 4v3 for his team. Oh no, this is a disaster, James. An absolute catastrophe for Cloud9. They've got very little left. This is not the peak you want, though, without a flashbang.
OC in that lane position, takes Infinite out. Much needed. 3 players now all together towards top mid. We've got a molly on the short position, just in front of Boiler. And there's a lot of time on the clock. Floppy's curious though, he wants to know what's going on. He's going down Banana alone. He's taking risks, but risks must be taken down. Such is the situation. They're 10 rounds behind.
Yeah, it's a tough one. He might find a good timing. Yeah, it's pretty damn good. Oh, that was a little laboured. And that's going to force Orgless to go and commit to A. They can't really do too much. If they wanted to go back to B, it would take so long to clear Floppy because he can be in so many spots.
Ooh, not 2 headshots, but 3.
It's not working out.
FNS now has picked up an AWP. But where's he going? He's got 24 seconds, so I think it's a safe situation for him. Still giving sound cues towards the A bomb site. He will dispose of the AWP, so looks like he might go for damage instead. Keep the money together with his team, die on his sword, but he needs to do it a little faster. Fast enough. Took a nice angle. MOTM delivers another headshot through a wall, and then follows up. Well, there's 1 round in the bag for Cloud9. It wasn't too cheap a round for them, but it was a round nonetheless, and they've got a good buy. Orgless will be picking up some weapons. They've got the money for it. AKs will be collected. 5 AKs on deck. And they've got plenty of margin for error.
What to do? It's so tough being on the CT side when you're making comebacks because you just have to like react. But speaking of which, they're going to go aggressive. Let's take the initiative and get an early pick off. Wardell will die. So what happens when the panic button's pressed for Orgless in a T round on Inferno, I wonder? Because they've lost a man really early on. They've got 3 smokes. You can only do so much with that. And oh, the driest of peaks. OC is going to take him down. Oh dear.
That was for Arch? I don't...
It was, yeah.
It might... it could be worse, to be honest. It could be worse.
Could be worse.
It's kind of doing a job. Saw a nice jump throw smoke for Arch in the first half from the pit. Great flashbang. Look at the coordination here from Cloud9. I think they know someone's in the apartments. Now no one's in the apartments. Yeah, he's the last man coming in that short position. Looking for Floppy to peek. He's standing on the bicycle, so if he stands up, he can see over the wall. He's being careful about it. Playing the trade game, limiting their exposure. OC will take that last kill. And Cloud9 move to 6. So again, it's about targets. Target 10 rounds. Once you get to 10, target 14.
Okay, well, it might be just about us just running into the rifles here and just dying as quickly as possible.
Oh, you want to run into a molly then to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt they'll do that. No one really seems to do that in these rounds. I mean, they're up 4 to PT50s, so they can keep the money down still. That doesn't matter too much, though, at this point, because Orgless just need to win 2 rounds, so it's not the greatest of concerns, the CT money. I think that's actually why I like that this is a light investment, because you want to try to secure as many buy rounds as possible if you're Orgless, as opposed to caring about Cloud9's economy. So will they flash through that smoke? I think there's an opportunity there to flash into Banana. Sonic is alone with the AWP.
He's playing a risky game here.
Yeah, he's not...
He wants to peek after a flash, it seems. Oh my days. Does he get away with that? He does as well. He's got a bunny hops. Oh, sub rose to the P250. Now we've got problems. The flashbang. JT can escape. There is a second player there in OC already. Can even deploy a smoke grenade while JT holds the angle. Wardell picks up an AWP and is able to fall back. It is a T side of Inferno though, so not the easiest task to get something done with it, but he's got little reason not to take a risk here. Waiting for a peek now, but Cloud9 have got their angles already. They don't have any information towards top mid, but maybe MOTM is going to creep and try and get some. They could really do with a little comfort here.
Here comes the peek. Fake Wardell is waiting for it.
That was so nice from OC. He saw the jump and was like, no, I'm being baited. My teammate can deal with that. I'm going to focus on the checkpoint. Imagine how fast you have to make that decision.
Yeah. I do agree with you, though, the way that Sonic was playing that angle was a little bit weird. You can actually do, like, safe jump peaks, too. And in that spot, you know, the Ts don't have a way to get onto a site with no utility anyway, so it's made it a little bit scary, but perhaps that's how they like it. They like it to be as thrilling as possible. Decent HE onto Infinite there, onto alt mids from Floppy. Tiniest of gaps to work with. Be careful with that. And the T is going to burst top mid. Oh, the pilot for Floppy. That's always very satisfying to be able to make those headshots happen, and the round's going to be over just like that. 8 rounds now for Cloud9. They are a mere 6 away.
They're catching up.
And yeah, they are catching up.
Again, if your target is 10, I think sports psychology-wise, you shouldn't look at the entire deficit, but like if you're 10 rounds behind, you wouldn't look at it as 10 rounds. You'd look at it as 1 round 10 times, and take it in bite-sized chunks. Have the shorter-term target. So if you're aiming at 10, you're only 2 rounds away now. And once you're at 10, set a new goal of 14. Orgless want to thwart that. FNS has a Mach 10 on the full buy round, which can be used. We've seen Sanji swing out of Boiler with a Mach 10 and do huge work. Maybe not recently, but you get the point. And there we go. Once again, we've got Wardell with an opening kill, even on a T side of Inferno, still able to get those impact frags with the AWP. Now we see that OC's in that short position again. That might have something a part to play in the late game. As I say that, of course, he is rotating elsewhere after firing a shot. But if he's short late round, then if they have to retake mid, that'll certainly help, as we saw in the first half. Sonic's taken out towards B, and there's no one on B. That's got to be the round over, surely, unless they feel compelled to try and win it.
Yeah, that's I don't know how you can recover from this. Their money's good enough though that they need to go for it, because obviously they can't afford to give up any rounds. But what kind of sucks here is that the bomb's only just now being collected, so there's even options to go A, given that they have a lurk towards A as well, which is quite amusing. Inferno is just lurking the T-abs. It almost looks like he's disconnected because he's not moved in ages.
Well, he's not actually watching mid, so maybe he has.
Yeah.
But anyway, the bomb's being planted on Coffin, and MOTN is alone now. Infinite's moving again. Maybe he was receiving a pizza.
Eating some cookies, drinking some milk.
Well, there we go. It is game point for Orgless. Looking to exact revenge on Cloud9. Both teams now threatening to win each other's picks after Cloud9 took train. So let's see if Cloud9 can get to that 10th round at the very least.
Yeah, it was unfortunate there because it all changes if Sonic hits that shot. I think he's going to hit that most of the time. It's not the greatest boost because you're gonna. It's pretty predictable. Fast action then with more opening kills. Sonic looking to hold things down from Bananas. Very risky business though. How much do you want to invest there? They're already down a man. There's a flick shot connected by Sonic. It wasn't a flashbang for Ye to approach with, which is unfortunate, given that they have plenty, and there is one. Sonic is not going to be forced off this angle. He wants to maintain this presence, this position, although as I say that he will fall back, of course. So 4v4 now, and over a minute to go, and Orgless have top banana almost.
Oh,
not.
We got gimmicks, baby.
Yep.
Sonic knows he has to make something happen because of the situation, and he does. Catching Orgless off guard. They will, though, pull JT towards the B bomb site in case they're feeling vulnerable, that there's only one player alone. Floppy with a fast frag onto Infinite. Picking up where OC left off with the AWP, and then there were two, both in mid. FNS considering something, but you can see, I guess, there's a discussion going on as to what they want to do here. They will choose to concede the sound cues just in case. Let's see where the smoke goes. Going to boost onto the flower bed. They'll spot one in the pit. Now you know there's two people there, otherwise he couldn't have that elevation. And look at the rotation now from Cloud9. They don't expect a rotation towards B this late. JT walking into the crossfire. Walking into the angle. And the bomb's been taken out. And Orgless cannot win this round now. Wardell will hold on to the AWP. Sonic really taking some risks here because they have to. I like the proactive play. Trying to make something from nothing. One round away now from 10 are Cloud9.
I wonder how many opening kills Wardell's got in this series, man. I feel like he gets so many.
Train was pretty good for sure. He's got a good spawn to at least look in the mid position with the AWP. There's a buy around it. It's a good buy for the most part. There's a Gillo on Sub Rosa. New and improved under new management. OC and Sonic with the AWPs as they were in the last round. Sonic once again going to the panel, but Wardell will be taken out by JT.
Alright, well, that's a good start for Cloud9. They don't have too many of those. But Sonic is really weak. So holding an angle aggressively. Cloud9 have quite a lot of utility remaining here, so that's actually really good. They could go for the top banana retake, but it doesn't seem like that's in their repertoire, as it was in Orgless's. So just letting Sonic hold that angle passively, but they still have top mid control, so that's okay. They look like they might be about to lose that though, although they will throw a fresh smoke, which has slowed the timing of Orgless. There's the arch smoke, so now comes the top mid take.
So AWP's on long. OC with a very fast shot onto FNS. That's the bomb spotted. You can see some activity towards the B-bomb side as well. Looks like Sonic might be on a rotation, leaving JT alone. And the bomb falls back, but to where? 35 seconds. Now, the players on the bomb site should hear that the footsteps are moving away from the A-bomb site, but it looks like they're just going to save here. So Orgless, you can see there must be some concern if they don't want to even try and do some damage here with 3 players alive. focusing on just one buy round that needs to be won here. That was a quick decision.
Yeah, I like this. I think it makes a lot of sense. Cloud9 shut them down on both sides of the map. And the top mid take was so delayed, and they lost a player doing it, that it was just too costly at that point. But I'm curious to see if there will be any adjustments. I think, you know, Orgless do need to try to win that banana game. And given that Cloud9 haven't really tried to play retake, there's lots of opportunity. Cloud9 are just challenging it. So that does offer up this opportunity that if you do invest quite a lot, and Cloud9, you know, just miss one shot, you could just win a round off of just basically just a bit of fast banana push. So we'll see what Orgless go for, whether it's going to be a slower round, or if they will go for a burst on banana, on Nana. So it is at least a Molotov to the car position to deny the CT AWPer a quick peek. Sometimes teams will throw a smoke into the where the half wall meets the wall, so they can prevent that peek.
Ooh, that's a painful one. But the trade is valuable for Orgless. Sonic had to hit that one. That would have really meant something. But he has the angle at the very least. Orgless now. They've got a lot of grenades in terms of smokes and flashes. Now they can do the flash from the stairs. Surely it's not a dry peek. Okay, there's a flashbang. Flash from the entrance to T apartments will force everybody off their angle on banana. And Sonic has to fall back. He's got a smoke grenade, which he hasn't chosen to use just yet. Floppy's coming over just in case. So with the take of banana, Orgless can have some confidence that it's likely 2 per site. Now, Infinite, the lurker towards A, has fallen back. But Cloud9 are in no position to look for information. As I say, that there's a pop flash top mid, and they see that no one's there. Are they brave enough to send a third towards the B bomb site?
Doesn't look like that's the case. At best, they'll get a better anticipation from the B players, who are not committed onto the site, so they can easily be smoked off. The boost position really needs to do a lot of damage here from Floppy. The pressure's on him. They will go down immediately. The finesse with the transfer there to the corner. They just know where you're going to stand. It's so predictable.
Oh,
it's the switch up to the A bomb site. I don't know about this. They're making it very complicated, James. This may go very, very badly. MOTM on top of the boxes is going to shut it down completely. And now FNS just dances around alone on the B bomb site. And I think that didn't make any sense at all.
I wonder if they had reasonable time once FNS got that pick on B, because he had an opportunity. He had half a second. Like when he sees the smoke goes, he's so close he could take that gamble. So in that window, they have to respond after he goes through that smoke. But once he gets that kill, there's maybe 17 seconds on. So perhaps they're too far away and they're too committed to the A play already. So that's really unfortunate for Orgless, who have won 1 round of the last 8 rounds. So.
And that's the conundrum, is that like at that point you can see, even though Cloud9 got info top mid, they still weren't confident to actually reposition those A players, because that's how like dangerous it feels, and that setup is like always what happens with the CTs late rounds. When
that might be partly why Orgless rotated to A as well, because they would have heard that flashbang go off, so they will have to assume there's some kind of information play. And sometimes it's just a flash and there's no one peeking behind it, but that might have had something to do with their decision there. Yep. Either way, Orgless are on the pistols now. Eco between the buy rounds. Once the buys come, they'll have a little issue in picking up everything they need. And they could still win a game on a round such as this as well. 3 CZs on deck, and they're definitely playing the numbers game. Surging towards the long position. OC sees a lot of players coming his way. He'll put some fire down. Floppy's in CT spawn as well. Well positioned to deal with Sub Rosa at the very least, and this limits the damage that Orgless can potentially do.
This is a tough spot for Orgless now, because I think that last round was pretty critical. They had a really good position. They got a really good advantage. But it is. I think your estimation was correct, that they heard the info play and they're like, oh, they're going to be rotating towards B, so now let's switch it up, go A. But there are some things in CS where it's like, even if they know you're coming, what you're doing is still so strong, and time is valuable too. So make sure you don't run out of that. Back on the buy again, and Cloud9, they're doing a lot of braids and stuff on banana, James. Given that they've been against like Game Point for so long, they're doing like crazy stuff. Like JT will just swing the half wall by himself and just with no flashes. It's just craziness.
They must realize that there are 3 players towards the B bomb site now. Orgless.
Sonic. he got tagged, James. I think they heard him get tagged, and then he scopes.
I know, but
he's there.
I know, that doesn't mean they can kill him, though.
Oh, he's just spamming it.
It's not that easy.
There. Oh, my God.
It's not that easy. But how long can he stand here for? He'll hear players moving into the apartments now, so it's time to fall back. He's lost his position, and he's creeping. MOTM is here to help cover. Inferno's going to have a butcher's hook, and Sonic will get taken out. I think it was repositioning to hold the angle from there. So again, big gambles being taken, but with only 3 rounds between the two, you wonder if it was still necessary to do that. Nothing wrong with playing confident, though.
Yeah, absolutely. OC's holding the, but they won't expect this. Given that Sonic had an AWP in, Apps not going to expect the AWP here, but they can definitely surely trade this, but there's no... I think they were blind here. They didn't have a spot to go for it, although there's the whiff on OC, so now maybe they can close the distance.
Oh, no.
Good nade, and they push forward 3v3. Lots of time to reset the situation, and they're going to do it. They're going to run back to B. JT's the only man there.
Yeah, this can immediately be heard by Cloud9. When you're on the bomb site, you can hear them running away, but they're so slow to react. They don't know if a lurker's there, but surely MOTM should be racing towards the B bomb site. They're going so slow down! JT's only good for 1. He sees 2 on the kill cam. Those are some extra seconds which could have been there for Cloud9 but won't be. That smoke will actually allow Floppy to get closer to the site, but he has no idea where Sub Rosa is, and he might have the master stroke here. Indeed he does. Floppy just not expecting it. And now MOTM's in a 1 versus 2. He's got a kit. He knows where 1 is. He doesn't know that the other is also in construction. There are so many places for them to be. Sub Rosa not facing just yet, but he jiggles at the right time. And Orgless take Inferno to move us over to Dust 2.
Yeah, really, really well played by Orgless. I think the CT side that they played was obviously that's obviously where they were going to be winning this game. They got so many, got 11 rounds on their CT side. They looked so strong, and I love that they actually have the banana retakes because we're not seeing that enough, and that is at the top level in the meta.
Very fun game of Inferno. Dust 2 is to come. That's after the break, but first we'll have some thoughts from the couch. We will see you a little later on.